when I think about the way we had to trade 25 years ago, or almost 30 years ago, compared to what's available right now. I mean, I've always been attracted more to trading commodities than stocks. As a matter of fact, I've never even traded stocks. I've always traded commodities and options. And it's just, and I've never really had the desire to trade on the floor of the exchange. Although I lived in Chicago for 20 years, it never really appealed to me. I don't know how many people are familiar with the floor or the trading pits, but I just thought it was an extremely harsh environment, and not something that just, like I said, it appealed to me. But the kind of trading platforms that you guys have available to you today really, truly approximate what it would be like to have a seat at the Chicago Board of Trade or Chicago Mercantile Exchange and to trade at that level. You have instantaneous execution. And it's like you can change your mind and not feel humiliated or like, there's something wrong with you. You can put in an order, you can cancel it. Back, before the advent of electronic trading platforms, we used to have to call a broker. Now, you think about the time you made a decision to put on a trade. You think about the time that it takes, one, to dial the phone, for someone to pick the phone up, how many times it has to ring, and then he gets on the other end of the line. You got your broker, and then you give your broker your order, and then you've got to deal with the fact that, does your broker really approve of your order? In other words, what I mean by approve is that, well, see, I want to buy 3 gold contracts, and say, well, some of my biggest customers, they just went short gold. Now what are you going to do with that information? Okay. Or I've got, X number of guys that are on the other side of that trade, and say, well, yeah, if you want to take the other side of their trade, I mean, that's fine with me. I'll put the order in. So it's like, so he could put the order in, and then, you've got to wait for it. You got to wait for a fill. I can't tell you how many times that I put orders in the market where they were limit orders because they didn't want to do a market order because I didn't want to get the slippage of a market order. So you do a limit order, and on a limit order, the market has to trade to be guaranteed to fill. The market has to trade through your price, does it not? How many times has the market traded to your price, okay, just right to your price on a buy order and reversed, and you didn't get filled? That's very possible. The problem when you're doing it with a broker over the phone is that order goes into the pit. It goes to an executing broker in the pit itself. So you've got a runner, and the order got to go back to the runner, back to the phone bank, back to the broker, and the broker calls you with a fill. You're talking several minutes. Now, what if you're in a situation in a fast market where the market actually hit your price? You may have gotten filled, but you really don't know. You don't want to put a stop in the market because you don't even know if you're in or not. And the market's screaming, let's say, even in your favor, and you'd like to take profits, but you still haven't gotten your fill back yet. You don't even know if you're in the market. This is the kind of stuff we had to deal with all the time. All the time. It was a completely different world. Not only that, the only information that we had available to us was open, high, low, and close. That was it. Open, high, low, and close bars. And we used to have to get those unless we talked to our broker and pestered them, X number of times a day. You get it through the Wall Street Journal. We used to have to keep our own daily charts. Intraday stuff was just like non-existent. So anyway, I started trading like that. I went through, I don't even remember what my first trading account was. I think it was around $20,000. I lost all of that, and then, saved up some money and opened up another one for around 15, lost all of that, and then went to another broker, and I'm thinking, this guy doesn't know what he's doing, and I'll find somebody who does. And then this is what really, this is probably the reason I'm even standing here today, was this particular trade, because this particular
Give me just a second
trade,
here.
It had a profound impact on me in terms of how it changed my life and what I was willing to do to find out what this was all about. To find out really what does it take to be a consistently successful trader? What does it take to really be able to earn an income as a trader? I was
Yes, man. What's going on?
Keep your finger.
Hope everybody's doing well. Wanted to check in here. We've got this Israeli stuff. Just remember, whenever you're watching or reading, always remember, nobody knows shit, and everyone is full of shit. This is the TQQ. So we've had a big run here. We've done some trimming. Now I'm just waiting to see if this holds, but that's not the trade that I was trying to talk about. Jesus, I didn't even have it on. Hold on, we're about to close this out. Give me just a second here. We're live on YouTube as well. Probably the best place to watch. Not a bad day today. Up over $200 on this little play here. This was a big one, man. We caught it, made up for a few losers. That's how trading works. We had two here. It started to run, stopped out, started to run, stopped out. And then we caught a big run and should have made up for any of those losers. And that's trading. Unless you're one of the guys that are like, oh, I hit my $100 for today, I'm going to stop. That's what a lot of guys do. That's because you ain't used to making any money. So as soon as you get it, they were like, oh, I'm going to take my $100 and go. I only need $100, Gerald. Let's see here. Let's pull up the defense. Now, if you go to the Peters report, Bay Area Brandon, if he wasn't too fucking busy, he could have looked. And so this was the trade of the week from the Peters report last week. Was pull this up. This is last week's newsletter. Oh, new trade of the week. Defense. That aged well. New swing trade of the week. Defense. Exploded back. We got stopped. We had it set up here. We got stopped out. Got back in on Friday. It ripped above the 5-day exponential moving average and then exploded up. So obviously nobody knew. Apparently nobody knew. I didn't know. Mossad didn't know. Fucking CIA, I guess, didn't know. They know a lot of shit. They don't seem to know that. Hold on. We got a trade on here on the TQQ. Oh, nice. Now we're headed up. That was a fake breakdown right there. Fake breakdown. As a general rule, when price falls below the 20, we see that as bearish, but we wait for a confirmation. In our confirmation, it turned around, so now it's breaking out again. If you were really aggressive, you could add to the trade here. We've had such a good run. I don't want to do that. I tempted fate back early in the morning trying to do that and had to make that money back. So we'll see. But defense off to a good start. S&P 500 seems to be holding at stage 1 here. We can see the moving averages turning. We can see everything lining up for a move higher. There's our anchors. Prices above the 5. Probably be adding to the UPRO today as the market heads higher. So everything's pointing to a higher move. Obviously, we don't know that for certain. Did you just do one trade, sir? It's still going. We'll see if it breaks down here. So the SPY held at stage 1 here. We'll see if it gets going. I don't really have an opinion either way, man. I try not to have an opinion since nobody knows what the fuck they're doing or where it's going. So who cares about an opinion? Let's see. Upside targets up in that 445 range, 440 range. Protective stops on the UPRO right around here. Now, this is the SPY. You would just adjust it. I do all chart analysis from making sure we're still trading. I do all chart analysis from the unleveraged. So I wouldn't look at the UPRO. I would look at the, where are we at on the TQ? There we go. Still moving. So let's look at Raytheon. All right. So we're getting kind of a breakout on some of these. If we go over to the newsletter, let's see. Let's refresh this. So working on the let's go over to page 35 of my whiteboard here. Hopefully you did your homework. Let me guess. Oh, it's so hard, Gerald. I just can't do it. So hard to do my homework and keep up with everything. Let's see if we can see this. Let's take this in a little. So this is Sunday night. Trade ideas were defense. Obviously, that's ripped higher. I'd probably wait till tomorrow if I wanted to add to that or get back into that. I don't know. If I was an options man, I'd be looking at Coke, McDonald's, and Pepsi. UPRO, UDow, and Snap. These are some of the growth plays that I like. So I always try to think of some options plays that I like. Options plays, but trade ideas each week. You know, things I'm looking to, and then just things that I'm thinking. You know, bond yields are now way below their 200. Bonds are actually all the way back to their 2009. Whoa, hold on just a second. I might be about to get stopped out. Let's give this a second.
Thank you very much. Did you hear what the cow said to the farmer on a cold winter morning? Thanks for the warm hand. Anyway, it's going to get better, so don't panic on me. I start small. Nice to see all of you. How many of you have never seen me before? This is your first time? Oh, wow, most of you, okay. I keep thinking for sure I'm more famous than that, but, you know, that is the truth. I'm delighted to be here and looking forward to it for
all right, I'm out.
a long time. And it's nice to be back. You know, I was here not too long ago. It's nice to be invited back. It says something when you're invited back. It doesn't say everything, but it says something. Maybe it says, let's give him one more chance, right? See if he can get it right this time. But I'm delighted to have all of you here. We're going to spend the day together. I feel two major responsibilities, and I'm sure you can guess what those are.
All right, this pops back up. Get back in. But right now, as you can see, 20-day, 10-day, 5-day, and price. So price is trading below the 5, below the 10, below the 20, and the new moving averages are numerically aligned to the downside here. So I would expect comes down right around here, maybe into here. So we'll just wait and see, look to get back in. What in the fuck happened there? Hold on. All right, keep an eye at me. May pop right here. Might pop right here, man. All right, let's look at Pop out of ConocoPhillips. If it gets up in here, I'm going to look to trim it some more. I'm out of gush. So even though it's a nice little pop in gush, I'm not in gush. If this holds, gets set up, then, we'll get back in it and take a run. I don't chase news. If you're looking to chase news, you're a dipshit. You're already too late. Let's see. Nope. So as we watch this, we can see we've got a little anchor point here. See if this holds. All right, it's about to get over that 5 there. Nope, not yet. Huh. Let's give that just a second.
Number one is to make sure you get your money's worth, right? When you shell out your cash, especially these days, you want to make sure you get full value for the money you spent. And I know the tab for the seminar was not that much, pretty modest fee to get in. Most of you are your tips for the week, right? So it wasn't that much, but I want you to be able to say when you walk out of here today,
I'm back in.
it was worth my money. But my biggest responsibility is to make sure you get your time's worth. And the reason I say that is because time is more valuable than money. In fact, you might start your notes with that. Time is more valuable than money. You can get more money, but unfortunately, you can't get more time. If somebody asks you to spend your money, that's pretty easy, right? We live in America. We're wealthy. So the money's not the problem. But what if somebody asks you to spend a day? Right? You got to think that over.
We'll give this a second.
And I know you did. I wouldn't waste one of my days, not for anybody, not for any.
I've had some good runs, so yeah, we got it. Come on, man. What else we got here? Where'd Tesla go? We got Tesla. Kind of just sitting there, huh? Not much going on there. What in the fuck is going on today? Yeah, you got a little move out of PLTR here. Not one of my favorite stocks, but we'll see. We'll see. Well, you guys are all right back to growth, huh? Everybody's right back to just buying the fuck out of growth and penny stocks. Nobody learns their lessons, do they? Nobody's mentioned bonds. You guys don't give a fuck about bonds. You're just going to trade the same dumb shit over and over. So we got bonds. Nobody cares. So I'm going to tell you about it since maybe I can make you a responsible adult who invests. Bonds are getting very close to getting above the 5-day exponential moving average. Turned sideways there. And they are now at since 2009 levels, which is pretty damn low. I think the yield on the TLT is almost 5% now. It's pretty crazy, man. Pretty crazy. But hey, let's don't fucking worry about that. Let's do cuckoo coin next. Don't worry about bonds or dividend. Let's do cuckoo coin. Let's see. What do you guys want to do next? Cuckoo coin? Give me some other dumbass stock you guys are following that you're way underwater in. And you're just, let's see. Oh, come on. There's a long list of them. We'll look at one of mine. Let's check in on Lyft. Lyft is now above the 20-day. It's just in a big thing here. Yeah, I like gold only because it's trading below the 200. Nice little move up. Yep, got a buy signal today, man. That's a buy signal on gold right there. We tried to play the gold run over here and came down, got stopped out. Still in silver. Still in silver. Yeah, this is stage one buy. Gold moves slow, though. Bitcoin's been doing much better, by the way. Momentum's to the upside. Yeah, gold looks all right. I would use the UGLs, the 2 times leverage gold. Regular gold takes too much money, ties up way too much money. Yeah, gold's on a buy here. Stage one. You'll probably have plenty of time on that AGQ. Triple silver. Triple silver was a buy signal on Friday. So it looks like silver's kind of leading the way on this move. I don't know. My only fear is that this is a bounce on the Israeli stuff, and now we're going to hear how it's the World War III, end of the goddamn world. All bullshit. Nobody knows anything. Obviously, they didn't even know they were going to fucking attack. So anybody coming on YouTube doesn't know anything, or on the news. They don't know shit. If they knew anything, they would have known it was coming. But they'll send us and they'll put a bunch of people on there babbling away about this and that. And all your friends will pretend to know all about. Everyone's a fucking Middle East expert now. Just like they were all health experts, COVID experts. Let's see. Can't get to work on time or manage a checkbook, but they're Middle East experts. Yeah, silver. Check. Bitcoin's doing better though, man. Bitcoin here. Been doing better. Not today. Today's down nice, but it has been holding up. We'll see, man. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Oof. Did I get stopped out? Damn. Looks like I got stopped out. Let me just see.
Once I understood how valuable they were, I don't waste any. But to make an investment like today of your money and your time, I appreciate that.
Not
It's
yet.
going to be costly for me. It's going to cost me one of my days to be here, right? And some money, of course. But, I don't need the money. I take the money, but I don't need the money. But guess what I do need? The time. So I'm here not to just joke with you. I'm here not to just tell some funny stories and give a performance and walk away. I'm here to give you some
Here
value.
we go. You could add or get back in.
I'm going to invest a day. You're going to invest a day.
Here we go. Let's give this just a second, man, since we're in this. So I got in right here. Pull back. I should have been stopped out right there, but it looks like I actually put the number in wrong. That happens. That's why you want to spend a lot of time. You never want to jump in to start real trading unless you're just a complete dipshit. Then I guess you could. We're going to look to now, if you are a complete dipshit, that's okay. It helps if you acknowledge it. Let's see. These will be our targets at first. Keep an eye on that RSI. Let's see if this thing doesn't get going, man. Let's give it just a second. Yeah, I'm still in.
Let's get the most out of it and see what we can walk away.
It's hard to do it live at the same time. I think
anyway,
I should have been stopped out.
For you that have not seen me before, just very briefly, let me just tell you my story. I grew up in Idaho, farm country, southwest corner of Idaho. In fact, my father still lives on the old homestead where I grew up. He'll be 89 his next birthday. Still hasn't retired. I'm proud of my dad. He's never been ill. He's really something. I'm trying to get him to retire this year, 80.
Let's give this just a second. See if we get going. That ticker, sir, is the TQQ. So here's our pivot point. It's our pivot point, or anchor point. Here we go. Boom. So I've got a limit order to sell at 37.07. Sell half.
My shadow, shedding skin. I've been picking scabs again. I'm down, digging through my soul's looking for a clue. I've been crawling on my belly, tearing out what could have been. I've been wallowing in my own confusion, insecure delusions. For a piece to cross me over, or a word to guide me in.
Here we go.
I wanna feel the change.
Push up time.
Down. I wanna know what I've been hiding. My shadow, change is coming through my shadow. My shadow, shedding skin. I've been digging my scabs again. I've been crawling on my belly, clearing out what could have been. I've been wallowing in my own chaotic, insecure delusion. I wanna feel the things come to me, feel the outside turn me in. I wanna feel the metamorphosis and everything I've been storing. My shadow, change is coming.
Oh.
Now is my time. Listen to my
Pause that. I think it's a psychological thing. Sometimes I think if I look away, it works better. Probably all in my head though, huh? All right. Big dividend out of coin. Why? That's these yield max funds. The dividend yield on Coney, C-O-Y, I think that's what we're calling it, Coney, C-O-Y, C-O-N-Y, which is the yield max play. These are option income funds. I said a lot. Now, I don't understand what you said. Listen, if you can understand Kardashian, are we still alive? We are still alive. If you can understand Kardashian, you can understand yield max. If you can understand Patriots, you can understand Coney. So this is Coinbase. It's above the 20. Look at Apple. Also above the 20, right? So what is it? APLY. I don't know what they're calling that. Appley, whatever, Appley. So the dividend yield on this one, it's not quite as high. Let's pull these up, man. Pull up yield max. Where are these, man? website. I should already have this program on here. I'm sorry. My helpers are not very good today. As in zero fucking help. As in no helpers. Let's see. All right, man. What are you guys doing here? What in the fuck are they doing with? Oh, they fancied the website up. God damn it. So see, they're getting popular now. They gotta fuck it up by fancying up the website. I hate when they do this. So right now, the Tesla Option Income Strategy ETF, the distribution rate is 50%. Try to get your mind around that. 50%. Okay. The Apple one, what is this motherfucker? What else we got? ARK. We've got Apple. There's a whole bunch of them now. NVIDIA, Amazon, Facebook, Google. So I own all of them. I picked out, you got to understand, these are not, oh, let's check the oil one. Oh, here we go. Hold on. God damn. Well, the internet's terrible today. I think they're working. Every time I see a truck outside, it's like, what is the website? What is the website? What is the website? Hey, why don't I just come to your house and I'll fucking fill it out for you and I'll do it. I'll just come to your house. I'll do fucking everything. Don't bother clicking or reading. So we talk about this in the news thing, and I've been going pretty hard on these. I was going to go hard until the end of the year, and then I was going to stop. So I picked up all of them. I think I've gotten all of them. Some of them only a little bit. Okay. Now, what I did with some of them is I trimmed some of my Exxon because I had a huge win in Exxon. So I trimmed just a little bit, like 10%, and I moved it to XOMO, which should have a big dividend. I trimmed some of my ARK and I moved it to thing. Yeah, the main concern is price decay, but that's not the point of the thing. And all you should have to do to offset price decay is put some of your dividend back into the fund. Okay. So these are not designed to price appreciate, but we can offset that. Hold on. Let me make sure my trade's okay here. We can offset that a couple different ways. Okay. I'm going to show you one way. I had a conversation. I had to deal with a YouTube. I was going to say the R word, but I don't think I'm allowed to say that anymore. Where's it at? I had to deal with a YouTube know-it-all, man. And I was saying one way to offset this price erosion is with TSLL. So let's say you owned this is just hypothetical, okay? It's hypothetical. In case the Palestinian Secret Service is listening, or I don't know, the CIA. Well, I guess I ain't got to worry about the CIA or Mossad listening since they can't pick up shit anyway. They can't even pick up an invasion. I doubt they're going to listen to me on YouTube. But maybe the SEC or whoever, this is just for an example. He says, I bought small amounts. Buy some big amounts, man. You've been small your whole life, man. Don't go small, go big, baby. Hold on, let me check my trade. God damn it. Are we stopped out, man? I'm dealing with this guy. Oh. See what happened? You said go small and I got stopped out. Let's see. I'm just teasing. You probably need to go small. What the hell happened? All right, I'm still in. If we go below this low, I'll have to get out. I never adjusted my stop there. I'm still on the original stop that I misput in. Okay, so I'm going to go off this one right now like a dipshit. So back to what I was saying. Let's say you had, just for fun, let's say you had some shares in Tesla. And let's say you sold them and you bought TSLL, which is a 1.5% on Tesla. 1.5. So that means every dollar gives you 50 cents. of Tesla. So if Tesla moves $1, this moves $1.50. Okay. Now, that means you don't have to buy as much Tesla. And you can take the difference and you could put it in TSLY, which would then pay you a 50% dividend yield. Now listen on that. So you could own Tesla and get paid nothing. You say, well, I'm going to make my money as it goes up. Okay. But how do you ever get paid? That's the problem. How do you get paid with Tesla? Oh, we're still in it. You could add right here. Are you out the door?
I'm out.
All right. Do some honest work today.
You're pushing it.
Stop lying, stealing, and chilling.
You're pushing it. I'm going off
Do
the
some-
Tanya, so I can shit.
She still have gonorrhea or no?
Bye.
I'm teasing. Thoughts on Delta? Seems like a good down day. We'll get to Delta. Hey, you selfish bastard. Can we do our class right now, or should we stop and take care of your needs? Anyway, we're in this trade. I got a 3707 limit order here to sell. So back to what I was saying, if it's okay with him, if we continue with the class. I don't know. Maybe his question's more important. But in Tesla, the only way to get your money is to sell the stock, is it not? Unless somebody's got a better idea. I don't know how you get your money. And so what I was trying to explain to that guy is, I'm just fucking with you, man. I'm just fucking with you. We're at war, man. We're at war right now. It means you guys better toughen up, Mr. Guy Stacy. Better get your shit together. Toughen up a little bit. This ain't no time for lotions and product and looking nice with your pointy-toed shoes. You guys need to get your shit together. We're at war right now. So TSLL, this is TSLY. TSLY has a 50% dividend yield. The price is not going to move much because every time it pays the dividend, you're going to lose that dividend in price erosion. It's going to drop. And then eventually it starts to work its way back up, right? Well, the way we can offset some of that is to put some of the money back into Tesla. The other way we can offset some of that is to own, say, TSLL, which is a leverage play on Tesla. Hope you understood that. We could do the same with Microsoft. Let's see. MSFO, right? What's the dividend yield on that right now? Let's see. 16%. Not bad, huh? So, but we could own the leveraged Microsoft. Oh, here we go. Hold on. 3707. I got a limit order to sell half the position. Woo! Here we go. Boom! Huh. I don't know why that sounds awful on YouTube. I've got sound problem. So we hit that. I sold half of the position there, lock it in half, and I would move the stop to break even. Kind of fuck this trade up because I was trying to. It's hard to trade and do it live, man. It is really difficult, and try to talk. I wouldn't chase these breakouts in defense. Last week, we talked about the defense trade. If you have my newsletter, that was one of the trade ideas. This was, before this happened. Obviously, I didn't know. Well, apparently, I knew better than Mossad and the CIA since I was getting long defense stocks. So, but I didn't know that would happen, obviously. And then we got a good opportunity to get in on Friday. So this is a learning lesson. So if you've watched me day trade, let me show you. We'll get back to these. I don't know. I shouldn't talk about the yield max on the live, man. I feel like I'm just giving away money. A push above the 5-day exponential is what I look for. And we got now, wasn't perfect, but on Friday we got back in. After being stopped out, actually. And that's kind of what you want to do, man. And I'll give you a trick on trading different stocks. Especially if you're trading intraday. I know a lot of guys will teach, find a different stock. Find a different stock. Watch the news. Look at earnings. You're going through all that bullshit. Man, if you're a new trader, just pick one thing and trade it. You don't need to go through all that. So like the TQQ, this thing moves plenty good enough. This thing moves up and down. You don't need to be trying to figure out which stock to get, which stock's in the news. That's the one I'm a day. You're just adding a lot of complications to your life. You could just trade the same thing over and over and over and over and get good at it. I mean, get to where you can feel the flow of the, like right now, we could add to this if we wanted to push it. I'm not adding today. See, now it's popping. Because today I'm not feeling the strength or the movement that we had on Friday. I think I did I don't know, man. I was up almost $6,000. But over here, you can see we've had two that didn't work out. So up on the day, but I'm not feeling overly excited. Like my man says there, he just does the SPY. That's cool. Now, if I was going to do SPY, I would day trade the UPRO. That's just me. I like shares. Now I got a buddy who does options. He does weekly and he day trades them. It's too much clicking for me, man. I like shares. Makes it easy. And you gotta look at but he's got it down. So, basically the same pattern. The only thing I don't like about UPRO, it's just not as traded. Let's see. Maybe I'm wrong on there. Sometimes the chart pattern gets a little choppy, which means it just means it's not as, but if you look, I mean, most of the time it's fine. Just, I notice every once in a while, the UPRO gets a little choppier. Yeah, look at this. Look at this. Look at the volume. 62 million. Look at the volume of the UPRO. 3 million. That's why you have this choppiness. So, a couple ways to play that. Different ways. You could go into the futures market, trade the ES. There's a lot of things you could do. I like the TQ, man. It trades just fine. So, here we go. I'm up $600 on the day, I guess. I wish we had more people intraday trading the UPRO. We have a whole channel for it in Discord. I'll get to your question about the yield max in a taxable account and non-taxable account. I'll show you how I did it. Oh, let me show you this real quick. If you like to short-term trade. And start day trading Bitcoin. And I've been tracking this. I've been paper trading it for a while now on the 1 minute. We'll see. Looking at a couple different ways to trade it. It's also looking at some ways to hedge it that make more sense because stock market's just not open enough on Bitcoin because it trades 24 fuck a day. So it makes it hard to hedge it, makes it hard to do any kind of moves. Somebody asked a question about yield max in a regular. That's a good question, man. I have mine half and half, and that's what I was kind of getting to. So I've been building these pretty aggressive. My monthly dividends from the yield max options ETFs and a couple ones that are not options, which is the USOI, which is a 20% dividend yield on oil that I'm in. I know. Why do that, right? Look at this bad boy. So this one pays 20-something%, but it trades the price of oil. Get it? So as oil goes higher, you also get a dividend. Pretty cool, huh? So it trades the price of oil and it pays a 20% dividend. Just remember, when it pays that dividend, that hits the price erosion. And what you're hoping for is that then price starts to go up. You get all that back, plus you had the dividend. And one way to offset that, in my opinion, is to add more on stage ones, which is what I will do. Or, I'll just wait, and on stage ones, I'll add more. Technically, this is a stage one. I'm not going to add up here, though. I have this inside of my SEP IRA as a position on oil. CLIP is another one, KLIP. Dividend yield is like 50-something%. This is a play on China, which is the FXI, right? So the Chinese ETF. And that's what CLIP is playing on. So rather than, own just the FXI, you could own the CLIP, and it trades kind of around the price of the Chinese index, but with a 50% dividend yield. I've been taking that dividend yield and then just rolling it into various things. But my monthly right now, if everything stays the same on the yield max, was $1,678. 900 of that is in a regular brokerage account. So that leaves 700 of that is inside of a SEP IRA and a regular IRA. And for me, that was just cash flow in there. And those were trims. So I trimmed a little Exxon. I trimmed some ARK. I trimmed some Tesla. I trimmed a few things. Amazon, Google, a few things. And Exxon to establish those positions. And now I've been adding to them. I'm probably going to focus, for me personally, I'm going to focus more on regular brokerage because I want to get it to $5,000 a month. And I'm going to spend that money. I'm just going to spend it. So, yeah, I'm going to use it to, I'm trying to get it to cover all of my shit in New Orleans. Electric, valet parking, cable. I want at least 2 Ubers a day, DoorDash, Instacart. I just want to ball out, and I want this to pay for it. So I'm trying to get it to 5,000 by the end of the year. That feels a little hard, but I'm going to push on it. 200 or 300 a day into there, and then hope for the best. I mean, one thing I was saying is I'm putting a lot of new money into these. So if I lose, I'm going to lose new money. That is a good strategy to practice, is putting new money into new things. Meaning if all of a sudden you get excited about something new, don't go put all the old money. Keep your shit in the old stocks and put new money into the new thing. Nothing wrong with trimming a little, pushing a little profits over there. But don't fuck around and go all in on some new thing, man. Yeah, that's what he says. All expenses are paid. And I'm there now, but this is an opportunity to increase that. So this added 17,000 to my annual dividends. That's crazy. I don't know how long these last. I don't know if the yield stays strong. I don't know. But if they run for the next 3, 4, 5 fucking years and I don't participate because I'm like, oh, I don't know. I don't want to go here. I'll be so mad at myself. So I'm just pumping new money. And if I lose, then fuck it. I lost new money, not old money. It doesn't affect my retirement. It doesn't affect my rentals. Doesn't affect my position in DoorDash, Lyft, or Snap. Doesn't, affect my position in O. It just gives me not as much money to put into these over here because I'm kind of focused on some of these over here. Does that make sense? These are dividends that I'm going to get this week. So this is my homework board. Notice there's no stage 3s. Oh, shit. What's up with our... Goddamn, dude. I'm trading. You guys got me. See why it's hard to trade live? I get all... I got a dude that's supposed to be helping me. But guess what? He's busy. I'm so busy, Gerald. Let's see. Oh, we're still streaming. We're still streaming. I get so fucking sick of that, dude. As you can see, I repeat it all the time because I hear it every fucking day. It is so fucking gross when another grown man talks to another grown man. And I already think most people are weak bitches. So when they're like, oh, I love that, I can't, it's just always some bullshit excuse. Oh, we're busy at work and my friend, just like whatever comes out of your mouth. Stop. Go tell your mother. It doesn't work on me. Even if it's legit, I don't give a fuck. Listen, if you're trying to build an empire, if you're trying to be a man who builds some shit, you can't be pulled along by other people, man. You got to I don't know. I give up. Drives me crazy. And I know I'm talking to the choir. A lot of you guys are just fine. You're good. Did we hit the target? I'm sorry. I'm getting sidetracked. 37.10. So we're up about $600 on the day, or 600 points in case that CIA, which they're not listening. The fuck Israel got attacked. CIA didn't even notice. Maybe Elon knew. I bet Tesla knew. Tesla probably knew that was going to happen. Boom. Sell another 100 shares. We just hit our target. See, the RSI just went 70. That's a 7 period RSI. So sell another 100 shares, baby. Pretty profitable day, man. 10,000. I made almost 10,000 points last week. 10,000 points, Gerald. What if that was $1 a point? Yeah, 10 fucking grand in 1 week. I know. You're busy, though. I'm so busy. I'd love to get rich, but I'm busy. That's why I don't have jobs. Let's see. There we go. I mean that, guys. That's why I don't have a fucking job, because people with jobs don't get rich, period. Now, you need a job for a minute, but the only purpose of the job is to get money to put it into shit so that you can get rich, not to pay bills. All right, back to what we were looking at. If you're working to pay bills, you're doing it wrong, by the way. Hey, Curvy, stop that shit. We're not getting into that. Do that shit on your live. Let's see. We're trading stocks. We're not fixing to get into all that. Then I'm going to have my Israeli friends getting mad at you. And then you're from, and I'd say fight it out, motherfuckers. Just meet, fight the shit out. Let's get it over with once and for all. You're 10,000 against our 10,000. Meet on the battlefield. Let's do this shit like men. That's what we should do. But they're not going to do that. They're just going to kill women and children on both sides. So let's see. And I agree. Free it. I agree. Free all people. Where are we at? Man, you guys got me sidetracked. Let's watch this trade for just a second. Let me get back to what I was doing. Woo, we're running. So 37.15 range is my next target. Maybe right around in there. We're making some money on this one. So not real money. Delta Sky Points. Yes. I'll be selling 100 and then 50, then 50 until I get to 2. Then it'll be 25 and then we'll stop at 250 shares. Nice. Nice. Sorry, I'm being a little selfish there. Now, one thing I'll say on the RSI, which stands for the Relative Strength Index, which was invented by Wiles Wilder in 1972 in his book on technical analysis. Do I see Dow hitting 3,500 before the close today? Let's look. It seems like a big move. Let's see. Yeah. We can do that. We'll see. That I haven't bought anything today. So if you're in the Discord with me, only thing I've been doing right now is day trading. I'm kind of waiting. I wanted to make sure we didn't dump into the close. If we dump, that's not a good sign because this is a stage 1. So if you go to my board, my board here, homework. I don't have time to do homework, Gerald. I'm too busy spooning with my girlfriend. So if you weren't too busy with your girlfriend, a couple ideas, UPRO, UDOW. These are the triple leveraged market indexes. If you weren't too busy putting on lotion or whatever the fuck else you guys do, working out in the air conditioning so you don't get hot. All the tough guys like to work out in the air conditioning. UPRO, UDOW, these are, and then SNAP. You ever notice that? Guy benches 350 in the air conditioning, you do. Not when someone punches you in the face. Then you might not bench as much. Let's see. I had a guy once, he was telling me how much was bent. I'm like, yeah, if I stick this fork in your throat, I bet you don't. I bet you flop around on the floor like a fish. And then I will have benched a lot less than you, but you're flopping around on the floor. I learned that from a Mexican dude in Ferguson State Penitentiary. One day I was talking to him. He's kind of little. And I said, hey, man, you're kind of little. Do you have problems in here? And he goes, if I was to stab you in the neck with a fork, do you think I'd have problems? Nope. Point taken. Yeah, we could definitely hit 35, man. Why not? This is the DIA, but it's, tracks. So it's 33,400, whatever the Dow is. I don't know. Yeah. I think we will, man. I think we get above the 200. I'm being positive there. I'm an opportunist. I like opportunists. I can't even talk. I said opportunist. I got a limit order here at 37.15. See if we push up. Opportunist. I'm going to tweet that. Where did I go? I got sidetracked. Opportunist. Sweet Love 373. Sweet Love. Man, I don't even know what to think about that. Conjures up some visions, though. We're trading at TQQ right now in live time. If the CIA or Mossad, they're not listening. They wouldn't know. Maybe the SEC or the FBI. We're just doing it for points. It's not for real. It's for educational purposes only. You're very welcome, sir. So many, let me get back to my board. So many, so much stuff here. Like last week, I just said, look, long list. Favorites are O, MPW, Cube, and Verizon. Now let's talk about this for a second. What is O? O is a commercial real estate REIT. Now, if you have my free ebook, there's a whole chapter on REITs. That's a good one. This stock, if you go research it, has doubled the return of the stock market over the last 10 years. Most REITs have. MPW is another one. I got asked a lot of questions about MPW, man. A lot of you guys are scared. You bench 350 in the air conditioning, and then you're scared of a little ticker. You're scared of a little ticker. So this stock has been around for a very long time. They manage billions of dollars. They have maybe we should average down. Average down is not a concept that I don't use that. Average down. I know what you mean. We all know what you mean. In the money flow world, that's not a term we use. Because if you were going to average down, would you average up? Now, this is very, very important. God damn, I could make you so fucking rich. If let's say you bought for the first time here, and then it runs up, and pretend this is over here, and that becomes a stage one. Would you average up? Because you'd be like, wow, this is $2 higher than I paid for it last time. Now, some people will be like, well, I can't do that. And I'm not going to pay more. I don't want to pay more than I paid last time. Okay. Then don't. And then you watch Tesla go from 50 to 100 to 150 to 200 to 250 to 300, all the way to 2,000 while you're spooning and you can't pay more. So I wouldn't think of it as that. I would think of it as stages. And so what you want to do, and you wouldn't average down just because the price went down is another thing. You never add, it is never a reason to add to a stock because the price went down. That is not a reason. You would add to a stock because it's undervalued and it's on a stage one, right? That's why you add to a stock. Like you don't add here. Here. You might call an audible at some point. That's the whole thing. My point being is just because you own a stock isn't a reason. Oh man, check. Woo! Back to the trade. Hold on, give me a second. I got to sell some shares, man. I got to make some money. You guys ain't buying no goddamn badges or books, so fuck it. I'll make my own money. I got to make my own money trading because you can't buy a damn book. So fuck it. I'll just make thousands in front of you instead of waiting on you. Woo! Followed by hell, death from above, fingers making twisted. Trimming another 50 shares. Comes a man. Crazy horse. All right, so here I'm going to drop down because we started with 1,000. If you're doing 1,000, is it still a good buy? What's still a good? Fuck no, we're day trading, bro. It's on a 1 minute chart. So if you're talking about this, no, we're selling it. My point to showing you this is I trade this exactly the same as I swing trade or day trade or do a regular position. Yeah, I had a lot of people ask me about the 6,000 something on last week. I think one guy said he counted almost 10,000. when I'm teaching, I teach 1,000 shares. Okay. It doesn't necessarily mean I personally am doing that. I might do 2,000, 3,000. I got more money. I'm trying to get fucking rich, man. I can't do like you guys and buy 8 shares. You know, I don't want to do that. So, you know, a lot of people are trading underfunded and they're trading without good skills. And I think it's better to learn to trade, paper trade. You can do it without putting any money up. And while you're doing that, you know, you're working and putting money into your account. And that's better than trying to trade your way to money, because the chances of you going from not being a good trader to trading and making a lot of money is zip fucking zero. You have zero fuck chance of that. Zero. Trading is one of the hardest endeavors you can do. Let's check the mostly from the mindset perspective. Let's check the 10-minute. So the trend is our friend here. We're in an uptrend on the 10-minute chart. Look at that run. That is such a big thing. Now, some people will say, well, they don't have time. I mean, this is every 10 minutes. 10 minutes, 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 10 minutes. So if you can look at your phone every 10 minutes, I don't know, maybe you can't. So we could go to 30 minutes. Could you look at your damn phone every 30 minutes? Because I see people looking at it all fucking day long. I see people driving down the road looking at their phone. So it seems to me you could probably do it. This is a 30-minute chart. So a lot of ways to trade, man. Too long for me. Or 3-minute. A lot of money to be made on a phone besides taking stupid selfies of yourself. Look how sexy I look, Gerald. Look how sexy I am. All right, here we go. God damn, this is flying. Woo! My goodness. I actually feel guilty now. I'm going to send it to the poor people of something. I feel guilty. You guys feel guilty? All the money? Let's see. I feel just a little guilty.
Will is the key.
I'm going to trim another 25 shares.
Willpower.
Willpower, baby.
I know a little bit about what I'm talking about. I don't know much as you do, I'm sure.
Come on,
everybody
CT.
has more learning than I, much more of a scholar than I. But I know about coming back from seemingly unsurmountable odds. I know about coming back from when doctors tell you that you can't.
I'm down to 300 shares.
Shouldn't. Oh, you're too old. You shouldn't be. You should sit down somewhere.
Started with 2,200.
I got my AARP card in my wallet right now. In the same group. So you should sit down, sir, because of your diagnosis, and don't do a damn thing. Bullshit. Hell no.
Man, here we go.
Every time I go to the doctor, they tell me what I shouldn't be doing, and what I should be doing, and what I won't do, and what I can't do.
Woo!
And I politely go out the door and do whatever the fuck
I want to do.
And I'm going to do that until they throw dirt on top of me. This is my life. And I choose to live it the way I want to live it. I won't let you decide how I live this life. I don't care how long or short it is. It's mine, motherfucker. And I'm going to
trim out into this. If we push higher and get down to like 250 and then ride that out till the next
so
stage
your
4.
stories motivate me. They say, all right. Time operating table CT.
Come on, man. God.
What motivates you? What motivates me? The stories of extreme will. People that came through something or circumstances that they were not supposed to go through. Not supposed. You just ain't supposed to be able to do it. But he did it any goddamn way. It is impossible until some crazy son of a bitch has the audacity to believe that no matter what the expert or the doctor says, I can still do that shit. And if you don't believe it, just sit your ass down over here. How do you teach people to not look at something and say immediately because the appearance, I can't do it. I give up before they even attempt it. Oh, that's overtraining. Simply because it sounds like more than I ever done before. I can't do that. I won't even try. I won't even try. I give up before I even try. No. Oh, I tried, but I fell short. I tried my best, but I fell short. Is there victory in that? Goddamn right it is. Anytime that you give your best effort, that you give everything that you possibly can give.
Just sold another 25 shares. I'm down to 250 now. I'll ride this out till the end of the stage 4 decline. Man, it's we've had some huge week. Look at this. Jesus. Oh man, I'm wishing I would have had more than part of the reason I trimmed a lot earlier is the trend was against us, but then when the 10-minute changed, I should have got more aggressive. Remember I was talking about back over here when it broke, when it started to come down, but it held, and when it came back, if you're trading super aggressive, I think it was Jesse in our day trading room in the TQQ last Friday, he kept every time it would do that, he would just double it, and just had an amazing week. And what I try to do in there, I try to ask everyone to practice for 6 months with not real money. And I know that's a lot to ask because that takes a long time. Is the green a 50 now? Fuck the 50-day moving average. That's the 20, man. You don't need a 50. I have the 50 in the money flow book, but you got to remember I wrote the book 7 years ago. I've been trading the money flow the way I do now for about 11 years. Prior to that, I did like everybody tends to do. You kind of try to find your way. Trading similar earlier versions until solidifying the way that I do it now. Is the 6 months completely necessary? No. I mean, it's not. If you're trading less than 1,000 shares, I think it is. To me, there's just no benefit to trading small money. I mean, there's just no benefit. People disagree. People can disagree. I think when you trade small money, you trade stupid. And so a lot of times too, it takes 6 months just to work the bugs out, man, of entry exits. Now, if you're experienced, like we have some people come in, they've been day trading for 2 or 3 years, and then within a month or two, they're down with what we're doing inside of the money flow. I just ask if, and if you're going to post, and if you've seen our Discord, you've seen Discord. I just ask because, as a group, we trade it, and you'll see people saying, I'm in. And so if you're new, you can kind of just follow along. And, usually the biggest problems people have is on a run like this, they ain't got no more shares. They tend to get out or call it. You don't want to do that. The money flow is it's designed to scalp and let the trade run. It's designed to scalp and let the trade run. You get what I'm saying? So you'll see it. But the way we do that is, and then if you want to trade where the goal of trading in the very first is not to make money. It's not to lose money. Okay. Your goal is not to make money. You don't get to decide that. Like there's no skill right now. This is just going up. It's not because of my genius. I can't make the market go up. I don't have any fucking clue where it's going, nor does anyone else. I have no clue. But what the money flow is designed to do is to keep me in this trade. And so as I watch this, it's stage 2. When is it going to be a stage 3? Well, when it's a fucking stage 3. So right now, I would assume it's probably going to go into stage 3, right? So I would put a top there, right? We'll say that's the highest high because the RSIs, everything's extreme. So we're expecting it to stop, but we don't know, man. What did this motherfucker just do? What in the fuck? That's weird, man. It logged me out. All right, well, obviously, we're having some issues here. Well, let's just let this run. It didn't do any good anyway. Look, so we can't call the top. It just pushed higher and higher, man. And what paper trading will, and when you paper trade, try to do it digitally. It's one thing to write it on a piece of paper. That's the way we used to do it in the old days. That's why it's called paper trading. Like I've been literally old school paper trading Bitcoin on the 1 minute chart on the futures for a while now. And it does pretty well. There's some choppiness at times, and I'm trying to figure out the best way to weed some of that out. You doing a trailing stop. Yeah, so I'll tell you how we do our trailing stop. A couple of things that I do for a trailing stop. One is I started with 2,000 shares back here. And as it goes up, when this first RSI, we run dual RSIs. We run 2 of them, different settings. And we know the money flow teaches that price has memory. So this stage 1 is the same, it's not really a horseshoe because this tends to be organic, meaning you could go stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, come down just a little bit. That goes stage 1, runs back up into 2, goes 3, maybe it comes way down. And so it's not linear like this shows, it's not like flat. It's living and alive, man. Price is alive. And so when you look into the charts, what you're seeing is eye and soul of the market. And whenever you feel frustrated or I don't understand, that's because you're doing other things. Boom. I'm going to sell a little more, man. That was a big pop. You're doing other things, in my experience, whenever your eyes aren't on the market. And that's where frustration will come in. And, most people, you're not going to it's going to be hard for you to get rich because you have a job, a family, and all this other bullshit in your life. And you just can't. It's hard. You know what? I'm not going to trim. I'm just going to let it run. I didn't get to it fast enough, and it's still going up. This is total runaway. Fuck. I wish I had more than 200 shares. Well, I'm at 275. I'm going to sell 25 here. Take it to 250. I thought I was at 250. See, I fucked up 3 times a day right in front of you guys. I had my stop wrong, and my stop was wrong, and it helped me. You remember that? I didn't get stopped out when I should have, but if I would have just got right back in. And that's the beauty of just trading one thing. The TQ, I just traded all day. Same thing, up and down, all 6 hours, 6.5 hours every fucking day, trading this exact same thing. Guess what happens after about 4, 5, 6 months. Yeah. And then the entries and exits need practice for sure. But that's good, man. He said, "Shit's tragic. Don't worry." So we catch these all the time, man. I mean, I made almost 10,000 points last week. If you're doing $1 a point, it's 10 fucking grand, guys. And I was saying this morning on my story, in that first move, I made more in that first move than I made in Iraq in a month fighting. That's sick, man. Think about that. Think about this. So 1,000 shares, that's 37 grand. You don't need 37 grand. If you have a day trader's account, let's just say you have a fully funded one. Yeah, lots of good. Yeah, of course, lots of good exits in there. Yeah. I'm just talking off the cuff here. I don't know you. I don't know whatever. Let's just say you got 25 in a day trader account. I think 30 is a good minimum. And I'll show you a strategy that I did for a long time. But let's say it's 1,000 and you got in right here, 37.10. Well, here at 37.70, that's $600. 1 minute, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. That's what, 30 minutes, $600? That's not bad. I'm too busy, Gerald. I'm so busy. I can't look at it. I don't want to make $1,200 an hour. Yeah, obviously, it could go the other way and you could lose 600. But hopefully that shouldn't happen because we're going to have stop losses, protective stop losses. You're not going to let yourself lose 600. You're probably going to lose 100, 150 on 1,000 shares, right? Because we would have got in over here and your stop loss is right here. Pretty fucking obvious, right? So support and resistance is one of the elements of the money flow. So right in there, right? We got support, and then price gets above the 5. We got into the trade. Remember, it came down, held it, comes right back. You can add again. I was talking about this last week that our guy Jess there in Discord kept adding and adding on every little thing like that. And look what happened. Then right here, you could have added even more because why? It tested the 20 and then went back up. And one way to do that is to put a limit order. And this is the kind of shit you can practice when you're paper trading. You can put a limit order in and go, hey, if it breaks this, add more shares. Now, when you do that, you're obviously taking the risk of it, moving back on you. So I only tend to do that when I really feel like I'm in flow and we're just killing it. This came out of nowhere. I didn't feel in flow earlier. And it's hard when you're live trying to do it too. Okay. It's very difficult actually because I'm monitoring for sound. I'm trying to watch the damn platform streaming. So anyway, entries and exits, you just, for me, they're robotic. I enter exactly. Why is it doing this? There we go. I enter exactly the same and I exit exactly the same. I don't do options. I got a buddy that trades. I got a buddy here in New Orleans that we hang out sometimes. He'll do. He's day trading the SPY same way, 1 minute chart, same thing, same money flow pattern, and he does the weekly options. I don't like it. He likes it that way. He doesn't have to put a lot of money. Last week when I had a 10,000 point week, he turned $100. No bullshit. He did it as a challenge. His friend was like, well, I only have $100. He has a friend at work. And he said, cool, let's do 100 each. And so he turned 100 into 1,000 last week. Because options are leveraged. That's not how I would have taught a friend. I think he set his friend up for failure doing that, but I would have made my friend spend 6 months paper trading with me just to prove that he even has the fucking fortitude to even do it, dude. Most dudes are fucking weak. You only work out in air conditioning. The water in the shower's got to be just perfect. Oh, I don't want to go out there. It's hot right now. Then it's too cold, and then the chair's not right. You got a lot of Cinderellas in the world, man. It's not just right. Wait till you get to be 50 and hang out with my friends. It's like a fucking geriatrics party. The other day I was telling Matt, let's keep watching this and then I'll get off here. This is a nice run. The other day, everybody at the party's over 50. And I'm just observing, because one of my things is I like to listen to people talk because they say cool things and I can write it down, you know, or dumb things and I write it down. I'm down to 250 shares, by the way. What's up, Tori? And everybody in there was complaining about this and that, my back, my legs. And I was like, God damn, this sounds like a geriatrics party. Could you guys shut the fuck up about your pains? And the thing is, I'm in pain too, man, but I ain't gonna sit around crying about it. Let's see.
There is satisfaction in knowing that I did my absolute best. I did all I could do.
So I assume this is the stage 3.
There's victory
Let's draw it out.
in that. There's satisfaction in that.
Stage 3. We're going to call this our 1. It was actually further back. Stage 2. Let's see how it works here. There's an error going right now with
It's so important. It is so important. The effort that you give. My last competition, I was unsuccessful in my attempt, but I consider it my greatest competition. Why, CT? You didn't get it. Because the day before that competition, my doctor looked me in the face and he said, if you go out there and you try to bench press 705 pounds, it's going to kill you. Your valve is too weak. It'll be too much of a strain.
oh, Jesus Christ.
It will explode right there on the stage and you're going to die in front of all the people. That's my doctor told me that.
Sorry, I had it off. Notice the moving averages are starting to turn.
Life.
See it? It's starting to turn.
I've devoted my life.
See the TSI turning?
This is the reason.
Momentum's
for my
changing.
existence. This is why I am here.
But we don't get out.
And you
We
ask
give it the
me
benefit
if
of the
I
doubt.
am going to compete.
Stage 3 is building. But we'll see. Now, if this RSI...
Of course.
Hold on, CT. If this RSI works off and comes back into the 50 range, like it did here, see it? 50, below 50. This is a different time frame. This is the 14-day. If you look what happened. When that happened, right, you get to it starts to work it off some. You could add. So if this comes down into the 50 and this stays here, then you could say, well, this stage 3 is now a stage 1. And you could ride it up. You can't be afraid to do that, or you'll miss a lot of big moves, man. So I'm down to 250 shares. We'll give this a minute. I'm anticipating this is going to break down, but it looks like it's about to break out, man. This is a crazy run, dude. We made some money. I wish I had more shares on it now, but that's just the way life is. And don't sit changing your strategy every fucking day based around what happened that day. That's not how you do it. Because normally this doesn't happen, and we're in it, so we made our money. And I'm pretty sure we're about to roll over here.
Of course. If I do happen to die.
If I happen to die. Now, someone asked about that trailing stop. You could do a trailing stop, and I always tell people if you're working, trailing stop is a great idea. And if you can't watch the charts a lot, you're not going to have quite as much flexibility, but you can still do it. You can set a protective stop. You can set targets. You will be limited in that you can't do it in real time. But normally what I would do is I move it to anchor point. So if this was my original stop, once we ran and started going, I'd move it to over here. And then let's say we pull back to the 20 and then we ran up, I'd move it to here. And I would just keep trail it, not close to price, not a percentage. I'm not trying to lock in every moment of the move here. The reason I'm trimming into this is so that I can give it room. So the purpose of the trim is to give it room. So up in here, I can just let it keep running. And yeah, I'll have less shares, but it's better than getting out or getting stopped out or just saying, oh, I made enough. Let me take my money and go. And I see people do that fucking I just want to make $100 a day bullshit. Fuck that. I want to make $1 million a day if we're just going to pick a number. So I don't want a strategy that just gives me $100 and then I get it. That's not what I'm looking for. If it's going to run, I want to let it run, and if I can be in a day trade all day and watch it run, cool. That's easy money, man. But I'm not looking to get my 100 and get out. That's crazy talk to me. And I don't even like that way of thinking. I know and again, this is just differences. My buddy Matt likes that. He's always trying to get, I think, 200 a day. That's cool. I'd rather have 2,000 if we can just pick. If I'm just picking a number, let's pick 2,000. I mean, but he'll do, if he hits his number, he's done trading for the day. He goes on. I'm greedy. I'd rather keep trading. I'd trade that motherfucker all day. That's the only way I know to make $6,000 in a day, man. Trade it all day. So yeah, when I was up 500, could have called it and left and went and did something else, or I could just, I like trading. So there's really nothing else I want to go do, man. That's the weird thing. People like, oh, go do something else. That's trading. For me, when I started trading was to relax, because they'd be like, oh, you need something else to do, man. All you do is work on properties. You need to take a break, enjoy life. Okay, then I'll trade stocks. And it was poker for a while. I used to play a lot of poker. I mean, this is what I like to do to relax, man. I'd rather day trade than sit at the beach any day. And I got a beach house. Fuck the beach. That's for girls. I'd rather make money. Let's see. I'd much rather sit in a room day trading than sit at the beach any day of the week. I'd rather sit in my trade room and trade with you than go on vacation. And you say, why? Because I'm a trader. And people who don't think like that, that's because you're not a trader. That's why you'll never be good. Now, I'm not saying I don't go places. I'm just saying what I personally would rather do. I'm going to sell another 25 shares here. But we do have family and people we have to appease. But if you find yourself rather wanting to do something, then you probably should go do that and not do trading, man. Seriously. It's too hard already. God damn it. I just sold 25 shares and we're breaking out. Are you fucking? This is crazy. What a run, dude.
On that stage tomorrow, then.
Wow.
So fucking be it. So be it. I'ma do it.
Celebrity alert. Celebrity alert. Michael Crow is in the house. Celebrity alert. What's up, Mike? What you doing? I was doing a song for Mike. I picked the wrong one. That's the wrong one. I had a song for I picked the wrong one, man. What's up, Mike? We're day trading the TQ. Oh, we're back down. I feel better now. Let's see. Hope you're doing all right, Mike. We're sitting there making some money. Watching the TQQ go up. I'm fixing to have to cut it short, but let's see. I should have already, but this has been so fun.
Are we going to do what?
We have a big chance. A big chance.
Oh, wrong one. Are you kidding me? This is crazy, dude. It just keeps going up.
On a warm summer's eve, on a train bound for nowhere, I met up with a gambler. We were both too tired to sleep.
He met up with a trader who's too tired to sleep because he's been learning to trade and trading. Let's see. Met up with a trader on Instagram. What's up, Michael? I feel like Michael went to a red carpet. Are you coming to New Orleans, bro, or what?
So we took turns to stare at the window at the darkness. Boredom overtook us. He began to speak. He said, son, I need gotta read people's faces.
So I'm going to move my stop up to this 37.72. And this is like an emergency protective stop in case something happened, okay? I don't want it super tight to price. My goal is not to get stopped out with this. The goal is just to protect, because that's why we've been selling these shares, is so I don't need such a tight stop because I ain't got that many damn shares. So it's right around 37.69 actually. Yeah, I love New Orleans too, man. Had a guy stabbed on my street last night. That was nice.
Knowing what the cards were by the way they held their eyes. So if you don't mind me saying, I can see you're out of aces for a taste of your whiskey. Give you some advice. So I handed him my
This is very bearish that we're getting back into the box.
Then he bummed a cigarette and asked me for a light. And the night got deathly quiet. And his face on stone expression said, if you're gonna play the game, boy, you gotta learn to play it right. 'Cause you got to know when to hold 'em.
Now that's talking about protective stops, man. You got to know when to hold them, man. When to just let it ride, right? You got to know when to let it ride. If this gets back in this box, that's pretty bearish. We'll see. Right now, we thought we had a stage 3, and then it looks like the 3's turned into a 1. My rules for trading, I couldn't add any there because the RSI is just too extreme. So I'm down to 225 shares now. Yeah, I'm down to 225 shares. Good day, man. Almost 2,000 points now. That's not a bad day.
Know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, know when to run. You never